Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Dawson. Welcome to Can You Relate, Cleveland and Northeast Ohio's relationship show. It's Memorial Day. It's about the beginning of summer. But before we talk about all the fun things to do here in the summertime, we need to talk. I'm getting a lot of questions from people asking about why is it I wear my glasses on my head? Well, here's the answer. I don't see very well. So there are times where I have to take them off and put them on, take them off. So I just wanted to explain that because we're just getting lots of questions on it. Getting back to summertime, lots of things to talk about. We're going to talk about skin and things you want to do to take care of your skin during the summer, including tanning, and is that healthy for you? We're also going to talk about all the fun things families can do. So the Roundup women on the couch are going to talk about that, and we're going to start talking about what's really going on in Cleveland. Is there a lot to do during the summer? So let's find out. We're ready for summer. We're all ready for summer. Are we ready to do lots of different things in the summertime? I'm so delighted to welcome back Lexi Hotchkiss from Positively Cleveland. Hi.
Hi.
You are like a walking encyclopedia about Cleveland. So take it away. What's
Yeah,
going on for the summer?
What's going on this summer? As you might imagine, we get a lot of questions. What's happening? Both visitors and people nearby. And you know, with the cost of gas prices lately, it seems like we want to stay a little bit closer to home. So a couple of things happening this summer, particularly for families. How about going wild this summer with the family? They have the new African elephant crossing exhibit at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo.
I heard about this.
It just opened earlier this month, and they had a great turnout. It's a new $25 million project that nearly quadruples the size of their existing exhibit at the park. And it includes 5 elephants, 4 females and 1 male.
Look at how they're all.
And they've got this great 5-acre facility where you stand within 15 feet of them at some points, and there's also a crossing where they'll migrate between their 2 areas. So it's just a really unique new exhibit, and it's awesome. Great for kids and great for people without kids too. Everybody loves elephants.
We want to go to see elephants, right?
That's right. And so if you're kind of looking to do that animal thing, we've also got the Ralph Perkins Wildlife Center at the Cleveland Museum of Natural History. And there you can go and check out some animals as well. A lot of people don't know about that. They think it's a great museum, but there's actually an entire outdoor area where you can look at animals that are indigenous to Ohio. So owls and bald eagles and bobcats. So a lot of really unique animals, and learn a little bit about them as well.
Great.
In Port Clinton, there's a really unique place called the African Wildlife Safari Park, and you can actually drive through it.
No way! Who knew this?
Yes, it's in Port Clinton. You can drive through, and you put out cups of food out your window with your hand, and animals will actually come down and eat right out of those cups.
Now, is this something new, or have they always done this?
This has been around for quite some time. Yep, it's just kind of something that's really being put on the map now. There's also another place at Kalahari, which a lot of people are familiar with, at the Indoor Water Park Resort. They have their own Safari Wildlife Park as well outside. So a lot of great animal-themed events, and this is the summer to do it, especially with African elephant crossing at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. So,
terrific. Yeah. And is there any other theme we should focus on?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course there's, there's history, and there's a lot of history going on in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio right now, particularly because it's the 150th anniversary of the Civil War. So there's a lot of events focused around that. But in addition to that, if you've got kids or whatever, there's a lot of great attractions. We've got the USS Cod, which is located on Lake Erie, and that's a World War II unaltered vintage submarine. And that right there is actually the steamship William G. Mather. Yeah.
Okay, I've been through that. That's really something else.
So we've got this great submarine that you can go to and climb the hatches or climb the ladders and go out the hatches. But then you've also got the William G. Mather, which is a freighter that was built in 1925, and you can actually explore the entire ship. It's located at the Great Lakes Science Center, and you can do joint admissions with that.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
You know, I could sit here and just listen to you. It's like,
I know.
Turn you on and just go.
It's a busy summer. It's a busy summer for me. I got to get out there and explore everything.
Yes, it's so fun to hear what we have going on in Cleveland. A lot of people don't know all of that.
Absolutely.
So, if you want to know more about what's going on in Cleveland, get a hold of Lexi, get a hold of Positively Cleveland, and their website is positivelycleveland.com. The other thing I want to tell you about Lexi is you're going to see her face more often here on Can You Relate. Every other week, you're going to be doing a segment talking about what to do this weekend.
Very excited.
Thanks so much. Stay tuned. We have Relationship Roundup coming up next.
Up next, no more pencils, no more books. Soon, school's out for the summer. Our Relationship Roundup rounds up some cool ideas for the hot summer with the kids. And later in the show, are your feet fit for summer fashions? We'll present the proper pedicure.
Craig and Mark Lindell and Grange Insurance know that when you're out there doing what you do, the last thing you want to worry about is sketchy claims coverage from a cut-rate insurance company. When you go with Lindell Insurance and Grange, you're working with companies that use big, bold brushstrokes when it comes to claims and make an art of working out even the smallest details to make everything perfect. Contact Lindell Insurance or visit their website.
This is the Relationship Roundup segment. You know this. This is where we have my friends come on the couch and talk about different relationship topics. And before we talk about the topic today, let's have everybody introduce themselves.
Oh, okay. I'm Laura Zoldesy.
And Laura, you have kids, right?
Two. A 10-year-old and a 6-year-old.
And how many years have you been married?
15 years.
Very good.
Wow.
All right, welcome back to the show.
Thanks.
I'm Annie Flaherty.
And Annie, how many years have you been married?
14.
Okay. And you have kids, too. You have two.
I have kids and a grandchild.
Hard to believe. Amazing. And Rochelle, you're a staple here. So.
Yes, I have. I have 3 kids. They feel like 5 because my 2-year-old. And I've been married for 6.5 years.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you.
Here is the question. We're on the cusp of summer. What do you do to celebrate summer, either with your family or with your partner, to give people ideas?
I think for me, it's just celebrating summer is just celebrating outside, because with the Cleveland weather, we just worship the fact that we're able to be outside in the sun, and just even if it's just sitting in the backyard on the patio, it's just being outside in the nature and absorbing the sun and the warm weather.
Oh, yeah. You know, people at home are doing like
yes,
doing that.
absolutely.
Now, how about you guys?
Well, we actually have 2 things, because sometimes we have kids with us and sometimes we don't. So when it's just Patrick and I, we like to do movie night outside. So he sets up the laptop, he sets up a screen outside.
That's a good idea.
Yes, we make popcorn, a little bottle of wine, speakers. And then and then we sit in the same lawn chair together.
Don't you love that?
And it's so fun, though. Occasionally we have to sit in separate lawn chairs because our kids will join us. You know, it's so fun that even teenage kids like to come hang out with us.
Sure, they do.
And then the other tradition is to go down to the towpath in the summer when Zalays opens up. So we do a run along the towpath, and then we stop. It's a farmer's market, and we get roasted corn. Yeah, so
thank you, Laura. How about you?
We get our Cedar Point passes and try to go as much as we can. My kids, that's how I get them to eat. I'm like, no, I mean, eat so you can grow, so you can go on the Magnum, and it works so well with a 6-year-old
So how
boy.
often in one summer do you go to Cedar Point?
It's hard to count. Anytime we can, and then we go to Soak City too. So
I love
once you get the
Soak
passes,
City.
if you get the platinum pass, it's free parking. I don't work for Cedar Point either.
Yeah, I'm not a big roller
I'm gonna
coaster,
plug in.
but those slides, that one with the family we put everybody on, although
So much
one time
fun.
Katie and I went on and she was real little, we almost fell off the whole thing, but other than that it was great. No, seriously. What we have done, we have a screened-in porch. I'm with you, Rochelle. We love to be
Yes.
outside but without the bugs.
Absolutely.
And a couple times I surprised Dick and this is probably more information than you want to know, but I blow up the air mattress and I put candles out there and we sleep on the screen-in porch. The neighbors love it. I'm kidding.
Yours is so romantic. Mine's not very romantic.
Well, you guys are talking about more. See, our kids are grown, so the family thing's not happening for us as much.
Cedar Point is something I'm going to do with my kids when they get older. I love that idea.
Once they get old enough, it's fabulous.
Okay.
You don't feel
Great
like you have to
ideas.
spend all day.
Well,
Great idea.
My favorite ride at Cedar Point, we call it the bench ride. And wherever you want to, they do all the up and down. I'll be on the bench ride.
Right. Between Lexi and you 3, there is no excuse on what not to do in Cleveland. So stay with us. Rate Your Relationship is coming up next. That's great.
You're in charge. Maybe you're a manager at work or the head of a committee for an organization. As the head honcho, you need to communicate a concern with an employee's or committee member's performance. So, how do you handle it? Do you reprimand the person in front of others? Convey your concern through an email with others copied in on the email. Criticize the person during a company or committee meeting conference call. If so, Coach Kathy has a concern of her own to convey.
If you said yes to any of these questions, chances are you are not only embarrassing your employee or your committee member, you are probably making the people watching this very uncomfortable. So whenever you need to criticize someone or reprimand them because they've made a mistake, this is like Relationships 101. You want to do it privately. Because if you do it publicly, the people watching are going to lose trust in you because they're thinking, I'm going to be nailed next. So if you know anyone else who wants to take the survey, they can do so by going to CanYouRelateTV.com. Stay tuned, we'll have more of Can You Relate coming up.
Just ahead, are your Tootsies ready to toe the line this summer? We'll set you up to sizzle in sandals. And later, you may be ready to take off on a trip, but your investments never get a vacation. We'll help you find ones that will keep working for you.
At Dimitrov Furniture and Design, we know spring is right around the corner, so now's the time to be shopping for seating inside or out. Order your porch and patio furniture now, and when the weather breaks, Dimitrovs will deliver your new furniture so you can enjoy it for the full season. With over an acre of furniture and accessories to choose from, whether you're looking for inside the house or out, Dimitrovs has one of the largest presentations of seating in Northeast Ohio. Plus, we have easy financing available. Dimitrov Furniture and Design, off I-77 at the Jet Road exit.
Summertime can lighten the mood, but what does sun do to our skin? We have Heather Elmers here. Welcome from John Roberts Spa. And you're going to talk to us about the products that maybe we need a makeover in our products, things that we put on our skin. So tell me about what we should be doing during the summer.
Well, summer's a great time to reassess your skincare routine.
Okay.
And it's definitely a great time to reassess your moisturizer. It's a good time to start thinking about anti-aging, sun protection.
I think about that all the time. Okay. 54. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So it's a great time to lighten up. Maybe you're using a heavier moisturizer from the winter. Everybody was a little dry this winter. Everybody was flaky.
Yes.
So we have a wonderful, Aveda offers a wonderful anti-aging serum. That's a creamy serum.
Which one is
that's wonderful for the summertime.
Okay.
There's some other options too. You definitely need to use an SPF. You do? You definitely do.
All right.
And a great way to do that is to get it in your foundation.
And this is the foundation?
It's your foundation. So you put it on in the morning. It's called a tinted moisturizer. It has an SPF of 15.
Okay.
And you're set for the day.
Oh, okay. And this stays on your skin?
It stays on your skin. It's a nice dewy look. It's not a matte look. It's very light, very easy to use for the summer.
And it's not greasy?
It's not greasy.
Okay, because I have dry skin, so it's going to be tough for me to look greasy. But people who have oily skin, I'm sure that's a concern.
I know. I do too. So if you feel like you're oily, if you do have a tendency to have, you know, a little more oil production in your skin, definitely use like a matting powder. Carry it with you.
Is that one of these?
Touch it up, yes.
Okay, matting powder.
Touch it up throughout the day as you feel.
You can tell when you're starting
greasy.
to. Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good look.
Right. No.
And then what's this little thing here? This looks like a compact.
That's a compact that just carries a powder and a lip color. Yes.
Okay. Oh, and a lip color.
Yeah, it's a nice, convenient little way to carry it in your bag without messing everything.
And then what do you got here? This is in a box.
That is a box of the tinted moisturizer.
Okay.
Yes, and it comes in a range of colors.
Oh, nice.
For skin tones.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So now, what about if you're light? Like I'm fair-skinned, and I don't want to sit in the sun because I'm 54 and I don't want any more wrinkles, right? So what can I do? Is there anything to kind of give me more color?
Well, at John Roberts, we are now offering a spray tan.
Okay, now is this one of those things where you stand in a booth and they go?
It's not. You actually have to stand in front of a technician.
And we have someone here, And Mia, thank you for being here. You actually have been sprayed on one side and not sprayed on the other, so this is kind of interesting. Look at the difference.
Brave, yes.
Wow, and you're very fair. So how long does this stay on your body?
Depending on your maintenance, I would say 4 to 7 days.
Okay.
Depending on sweating and washing.
Look at that. And now, is this something that you're going to have to worry is going to go orange? Because, you know, some of those things they put on your skin.
The good thing about this spray on tan, it's a natural product with packed full of vitamins A, C, E. So it is a natural product that works with your own DHA. So fair people are not going to be nearly as dark as...
What's DHA?
It's the melanin in your skin.
Oh, okay. Because that's somebody else
gives us the pigment. Yeah.
Okay. So this is something that you can go... Say you're going to a wedding or
Absolutely.
something. This is a quick way to get a tan. Love it.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
You cannot be exposed to water for 8 hours following the service.
Oh, so no shower.
So no shower and no rain.
Ah, okay. Sounds good. Well, you look great. How do you feel? Good. All right. Well, thank you so much. This is a perfect time to talk about skin.
Great.
Now, if you have questions about skin, you want to get a hold of John Roberts, you can do so by calling 216-839-4850 or go to the website johnrobertsspa.com. Heather and Mia, thank you so much. Stay tuned because we've got Romance Review coming up.
Next, if your money is looking for a little R&R, resolutions and retirement, we might be able to help you rest and relax. Then, a duo of dudes aren't showing up for dad duty. Coach Kathy offers some fatherly advice.
One of the best ways I know of to rekindle or keep the romantic fires burning in your relationship is for you and your mate to watch a romantic comedy together. Lucky for you, on May 6th, Warner Brothers released a movie called Something Borrowed, and it's filled with love and romance. Rachel, played by Jennifer Goodwin, lets true love slip away by giving her best friend Darcy, played by Kate Hudson, permission to date the guy with whom she has fallen in love with while at NYU Law School. This guy, Dex, played by Colin Egglesfield, is clueless to this fact. It's not until 6 years later, when Dex and Darcy are engaged, that the truth comes out. The twists and turns on the way to this revelation show that there is a fine line between friendship and love. As with most romantic comedies, romance and love prevail. This movie provides a perfect date night for you and your mate.
If people fell in love based on their similarities, and the two of you would be a couple.
Everybody wins when you decide to donate your ride to Our Lady of the Wayside.
Our Lady of the Wayside is so much more than a car donation program. For over 40 years, we've helped thousands of physically and mentally challenged citizens live more comfortable lives within our network of homes. Our services range from assisting with personal care to developing productive personal growth. With your generous support and help, we can reach out to so many more. Y'all can help. Visit wayside.org or stop in to see us today. You can change lives.
Everyone has some kind of gift or some kind of talent. Yours might be how to handle your family's finances. Well, if that is not your talent, we have Ken Buttsy here, a financial planner from Integrity First Planners. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You're here to help us understand how to deal with our investments. Back to basics.
That's right. If you remember, I was a guest a few months ago, and I was profiling a bunch of different reference materials, books and whatnot.
That was a great segment. We got a lot of response on that.
Yeah, and I actually got a fair amount of feedback too, but the negative feedback I got was some of the things I was referencing were too detailed, too intense, and a little bit over the top. So I went back to the drawing board, and I found this neat little reference guide. It's put out by Ed Slott, who the Wall Street Journal has called America's IRA expert.
Okay.
But it's simply a reference guide that's called Retirement Decisions Guide. And I've been using it in my practice now for several months. And I'll give it to someone who might be a new client or someone just thinking about retirement, and I've been getting a lot of feedback about it because it's not so detailed. But what it does do is it just asks a lot of different questions that you might not be thinking about and gives you a little bit of information about that. and it might ask questions that you didn't think about to ask.
Right.
as
I'm
you're
already
heading to
liking
retirement.
this one, how to manage an advisor. How do you like that one?
That's a great one.
No, but 86 ways
With
to
a noose.
save and but 86 ways to save and stretch your wealth. I like that. Yeah, cool. Very cool.
So it's been a very helpful guide, and if anyone would like, I do have the way you can get it through my website. You can go to my website. Also, for anyone who watches this program, if you make a reference, I have 10 copies that Ed signed for me, and I'll give them to the first 10 people that would like a copy. That's for them.
Very generous. Very nice.
Yeah.
So do you talk about IRAs in there?
Yeah, it's basically why I think it's been helpful is it's asking questions or bringing up things that you might not have thought about, and so IRAs is a broad topic, but then it drills down into what if I inherit an IRA, what if it's a Roth IRA, what if I convert an IRA, what if I unconvert an IRA. So it's just like a paragraph on each of those topics, but it gives you at least enough ammo maybe to be able to ask the next question or to say, oops, I need to know more about it. And you can pretty much go through the entire guide within a half hour or so, or go to the topic that interests you at that point.
Because I'm looking at this, these are all like digestible bullet kinds of things, you know, it's
that's
not
how
an
it's designed.
overwhelming.
Right.
And I think that's what some of the viewers were saying, they felt overwhelmed.
That's right.
Love it. I always love it when you come on with this stuff. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
If you have any questions, this is the man to talk to, Ken Butsey, and you can get a hold of him at Integrity First Planners at 216-751-4229, or go to your website at integrityfirstplanners.com. Thank you again. Stay tuned. We've got Ask Coach Kathy coming up next.
Some fathers are looking out for themselves instead of being a dad their children can look up to. Kathy takes a look at this paternal problem. And next week, do opposites really attract? Our Relationship Roundup looks at both sides of the question. Next week on Can You Relate with Kathy Dawson.
For those who struggle with drug and alcohol addiction, finding the courage to change is the first step to lasting recovery. Discover life in recovery. Discover Glen Bay.
Glen Bay, nationally recognized drug and alcohol treatment for adults. Discover more at glenbay.com.
This is the Ask Coach Kathy segment. This is where you get to write a question into me and I will answer it on the air. So this is this week's question. Kathy, I have a couple of brothers-in-law who I think don't take fatherhood seriously. In my opinion, they aren't stepping up to the plate and taking responsibility as a father. What can my sisters do to get their husbands to be dads to their kids? You know, a lot of people can relate to this, sadly, I think. And we have Lisa Stewart here. Welcome to the show. We asked you to come and actually answer this question because you're a member of Mocha Moms. And Mocha Moms is this wonderful organization that you'll explain a little bit about. But they're putting on a fundraiser called the Fatherhood Initiative. Before we get to that, do you have any advice for this viewer? Do you have any ideas on how can men step up to the plate a little bit more?
I think historically a lot of fathers were trained to go to work, provide for their families financially, and the mothers in the home were the ones that nurtured and take care of the children. I think today what I would recommend the brother-in-laws to do is to really connect with fathers who are already involved in being engaged in their children's lives. Cleveland actually has the Fatherhood Initiative of Cuyahoga County and Summit County where they have programs that are targeted for fathers who are interested in being more engaged in their children's lives, their family lives, and various things like that.
That's wonderful. So now if I were a father and I went to this program, what kinds of things do you know they would be?
From what I understand, because the Mocha Moms is actually hosting our second annual Celebration of Fatherhood Luncheon, and we're donating to the Fatherhood Initiative of Cuyahoga and Summit County. They have various workshops and programs. They have fathers with their children go to the zoo and even cooking classes and different things like that to help them to become more engaged, which I think is awesome.
Now I'm just curious, do they have anything for dads who want to be stay-at-home dads? I mean,
they do. They actually have programs that are set up for fathers who are actually interested in getting custody of their children. Because as you know, we're living in a society where there are single-parent homes. So fathers are taking care of their children as well as moms taking care. So these programs are set up for that, and a lot of times we don't hear about these kind of programs. That's why Mocha Moms is excited about bringing this organization to the forefront.
That's fabulous. Can you tell everybody a little bit? We have a graphic on it. When is this fundraiser?
The second annual Celebration of Fatherhood Luncheon is going to be Saturday, June 4th at 11 o'clock, located at the Embassy Hotel Suites in Independence, Ohio.
Okay, and again, this is not just for fathers; it's for anybody.
No, it's for fathers. To me, it's a perfect Father's Day gift for your father, your husband, your grandfather, positive male role model.
Yes, love it. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And if people want to get a hold of Mocha Moms, they can do so by going to your website at that's for Southeast Mocha Moms, right?
Yes.
.webs.com, and you can call them at 330-603-0740. And if you want to get a hold of Fatherhood Initiative, you can call them at 216-348-3967. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Now, if you would like to write in a question to me so that I can answer it on the air or bring someone else to answer it, feel free to go to CanYouRelateTV.com. Stay tuned because I'll be back to talk about what we're going to be talking about on the next show.
Would you like Coach Kathy's help in making your relationship the best it can be? You can get in touch with Kathy by calling 216-932-5016 or visit Kathy at KathyTheCoach.com.
Thank you for joining us for Can You Relate? Stay tuned for next week's show because we're going to be talking about is a doctor's prescription really the best thing for your health? So we'll see you next Monday on Can You Relate?
Wardrobe provided by Aurora Farms Premium Outlets. Hair and makeup courtesy of John Roberts Salon and Spa. Want to learn more about today's topics? Suggest segments? Add your input. You can do all this and more at www.canyourelatetv.com. Can You Relate with Kathy Dawson is presented by CK Media Productions.